Hey there and welcome back to Mass Effect. My name is Pete and today we complete a good portion of the Citadel wards, most notably Chora's Den. We will also experience a bit more action in this video compared to the last parts and recruit our first new squad member. So lots of things to do, let's get to it. We are currently in the entrance area of the wards. There is not much to do here apart from scanning one keeper. So now that we have done that, we can now take the elevator into the ward's main parts.
A Solarian excavation team has run into an unexpected problem after unearthing a Prothean dig site. Hanar protesters have blockaded the dig site, claiming that artifacts of the Enkindlers, as the Hanar call them, should not be disturbed. The excavation team has appealed to Hanar representatives on the Citadel to reach a diplomatic solution.
Yeah, very interested to see how that plays out. We can actually pick up a few quests from these elevator rides. That right here, however, was not one of them. One other thing, if you remember in the last video, we picked up a small side quest from the Asari consort. That quest can also be continued in Chora's Den, alongside with our main quest, so Chora's Den is the first place we'll visit. To get there, we'll pass this small alleyway, which has a keeper in it that we obviously don't want to miss out on. And then we can continue, and I want to keep this as spoiler-free as possible, but let's just say the enemies that we'll face in this part, and there are for a change a few of them, they're not exactly the synthetics that we know from Eden Prime. So as we go down the stairs here and the game presents us with a very foreshadowing autosave, let's quickly switch Shepard's pistol from armor-piercing to chemical rounds, which are more effective against organic enemies.
That's him.
Because that is exactly what we're about to face. These two assassins mark our first real challenge, so that's why we open with a grenade here, and then we also immediately see why they're dangerous. Just to stay on the safe side, we'll use some medi-gel here, and then fire away at this guy. Just as he's in melee range, we'll use throw, and that separates him from his body, which makes this fight a lot easier. Our chemical rounds do a bit of damage over time, and every little piece of that is welcome against these guys. With enemy number 1 down and number 2 in cover on the far side of the room, we can take a quick moment to catch our breath. Then, to lure him out of cover, a grenade is very useful. That gets him to move, and we can put him under fire again. The overload here removes just a tiny bit of his health, and then we'll get lucky that his carnage only hits the cover. With his ability gone, however, there is not much more he can do, so we can slowly chip away at his health and then finally land the killing blow.
Those were sirens, man.
Oh, were they?
I see why this place is so popular. It's got quite the, view.
Hey, Lieutenant, put your tongue back in your mouth before you trip on it.
Oh, Ashley. Well, alright, first things first, we can get a line from Jenna here behind the bar.
Sorry, I'll get to you when I can.
We'll talk to her later.
I got business here, but not with you.
Well, looks like we're on the same page. And now let's advance the quest for the Asari consort.
Commander, what do you want?
Well, we had a talk with the consort and she mentioned you.
I'm here on Shaira's behalf. Your lies are hurting her.
Good! Her lies have been killing me for days. I've seen a lot of horrible things in my days, and there's only one woman in this damn galaxy that helps me forget it.
So if you feel that way, then why spread lies about her?
Because she rejected me! Me! Septimus Oraka, General of the Turian Fleet!
And you believe all of this is going to make it better?
Is she really worth it? There must be other women.
It's not just any woman I want. It's her, and her alone. Look, kid, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but don't waste your time.
Alright, since we don't get Renegade or Paragon points here, no matter what we choose, we can safely go with the Intimidate option since we have enough points for that, which is not the case for the Charm option.
Never let the enemy see your weakness. You know that, General.
Enemies? The one place I always felt at peace was with her. But now, so you think it's that easy? Just straighten up and act like a general?
I don't think it could hurt.
Huh. Maybe you're right, Commander. Shaira's worth the effort, even if she won't have me back.
Well, I'm glad we could make you see reason.
This is no place for someone of your stature, General.
All right, I'll go to her after I've had a cold shower or two. Say, you're a bright kid. Would you be interested in earning a few extra credits?
Always.
What do you want me to do?
There's an L-Corps diplomat out there who believes Sha'ira gave up his secrets.
Why does he think that?
Because I told him. Look, I just need you to convince him of the truth.
And how would I go about that?
What makes you think he'll believe me?
You'll bring him proof. Take this datapad. It shows where I got my info. It will exonerate Sha'ira and convince the L-Corps.
I have a feeling I know who you mean, but please help me out here.
Who am I taking it to, and where is he?
His name is Zaltan. He's an L-Corps diplomat. He's over in the embassies complaining about Sha'ira. Well, here's to soldiers acting like soldiers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Commander. You know, you might make a good general yourself one day.
Oh, do I? Well, we'll see about that.
Hard to imagine a general like that getting so upset about a woman.
That's because you don't understand women, kid.
Oh, god damn it, Ashley. Alright, up next is a lovely drunken fellow named Harkin who should be able to tell us where we can find Garrus.
Alliance military. I could have been a Marine, you know. Instead, I joined the goddamn Citadel security. Biggest mistake of my life.
Well, isn't he lovely? Well, let's see how this goes.
Harkin, right? I was told you could help me find someone. A Turian CSEC officer named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
No, not that I'm aware.
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that, did you? It was all very hush-hush. The first human ever given that honor, and then he blew it. Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
So you say he screwed up his mission, and how exactly did he do that?
Why'd they kick him out?
Have to ask him. I never heard any of the details. Bet it's a good story, though. The heroes fall. Classic tragedy.
Well, Harkin, here's the thing. You seem to hold a grudge, and I don't really buy your story.
Why should I believe a drunk like you?
Fine, ask Anderson. I bet he tells you. He's too stupid and proud to lie right to your face.
Well, if none of this is public knowledge, and even we as the commander don't know about it, then why do you?
You said they covered all this up. How'd you hear about it?
I spent 20 years working cases here on the Citadel. People on this station love to talk. Secrets are like herpes. If you got them, you might as well spread them around.
Oh, Harkin, you're a miserable human being.
You're a pig.
Just noticed that now, did you?
Well, let's get to the point.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
So, before we go there, anything you can tell us about him?
What do you know about Garrus?
Damn hothead is what he is. Still figures he can save the world. Always bucking heads with the Executor. He'll pay for it soon enough. The Executor loves to put us lowly field agents in our place. Just look what happened to me.
Yeah, because none of this is your fault, right?
You need to look in a mirror. Sober up and take some responsibility for yourself.
Save your sermons. This ain't no church.
So, Harkin, I'm actually somewhat interested to hear what you have to say about CSEC.
What's it like working for CSEC?
You mean, what was it like? The Executor suspended me without pay. Recurring violations. CSEC was keeping a file on me. Can you believe that? Every mistake I ever made went into the books. Get a little rough with a suspect, note in the file. Have a couple of drinks on duty, note in the file. Skim a couple of credits off a drug bust, note in the file. It's a goddamn witch hunt.
Well, you're not exactly a saint.
You got off easy, if you ask me.
What the hell do you know? Working for CSEC isn't like being a Marine. People get pissed off if we shoot somebody. Investigations, inquiries, rules, regulations. Every day I plow through enough red tape to choke a rhino. That's how you gotta be to do this job. So don't talk to me about right and wrong. You soldiers got it easy.
And we spoke about Anderson earlier. What's your take on the man?
How well do you know Captain Anderson?
Met him a few times over the years. One of those hardcore military guys. Yes, sir. No, sir. Can't have any fun with a stick up your ass, sir. That's probably why he climbed the Alliance ranks so fast. The military loves brown-nosers.
Well, he might also be pretty capable at what he does. Case in point, him being a former Spectre.
The captain's a good soldier.
Sure, whatever. Dress him in a fancy suit, pin some shiny medals on his chest, and call him a hero. Everybody else does. But if he's so great, why'd the Spectres kick him out? Why'd you go ask him about that?
You know what? I might actually do that.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
Oh, don't worry, I'll gladly do so. Now, before we leave, let's quickly go in the back here and talk to the bouncer.
The back rooms are private, reserved for Fist and his friends.
And who exactly is Fist?
Who's Fist?
He owns this club, but the customers have to stay out front.
Alright, I understand.
Goodbye.
Enjoy the club.
So now, we do have the locations of both Rex and Garrus, and we should talk to both of them before pushing on with the storyline.
Why didn't Captain Anderson tell us he used to be a Spectre?
Maybe it's not true. Harkin's an ass. Bet he's just messing with our heads.
Garrus is in the med clinic, which is actually somewhat close nearby, so we'll speak to him first. However, before we do that, we can quickly have a look at Morland's inventory.
Hello there, welcome to Morland's famous shop. You want many good supplies, yes?
Yes, Morland, I do.
Let me see what you have.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think. Very good things I have. You will see.
We'll view the standard items for now, and he will scroll down and purchase another license. And that would be all. There are a few more shops on the level above, and one of them sells another license, and coincidentally it's also on the way to the med clinic, so that's where we're going next.
Is that really? Wow, it's you.
And who are you?
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
Well, he seems to be ecstatic to see us.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad Verner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Well, we also killed a few gas bags, but I doubt you want to hear about that.
I spend most of the time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Well, I suppose I could do that.
Here you go.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again!
Alright, interesting fellow. Let's do a bit more shopping.
Hello, Earth Clan. No doubt you've just come back from the colonies. Will you be needing supplies?
Which colonies do you mean exactly?
What colonies are you talking about?
Oh, my mistake, Earth Clan. I assumed... It doesn't matter. Pharos? Noveria? Well, if you haven't heard of them yet, I'm sure you will soon. But it doesn't matter where you hail from. My goods are available to all.
Well, since you're here, why don't you tell us a bit about those colonies?
What can you tell me about Noveria?
The corporate capital of the Attican Traverse. Very cold. Very snowy. I don't get too many clients from there. They all have their own private suppliers.
And the other one?
I'd like to know more about Pharos.
It's an old Prothean world. Their buildings still litter the surface. The humans aren't the first to colonize it, but they are the most recent. I just realized I haven't heard from my contact on that planet for some time. Ah, well, I'm sure he's fine.
Well, if you say so, let's see what you have then.
Show me what you've got.
Most excellent. I am sure you will find something pleasing.
And once again, we'll go down to the very end, purchase a license, and leave again. Perfect, that's 2 codex entries for Pharos and Noveria, and we also have a keeper in the back here, which brings us 1 closer to the total of 21. And now, despite there being quite a few other shops, we can't interact with any of the merchants there. So let's move on then and go into the main area of the wards. From here we can access quite a few different areas. Before we do that though, let's talk to Emily Wong.
Commander Shepard? Excuse me, Commander Shepard! I'm Emily Wong. I'm an investigative journalist working here on the Citadel. Could I have a moment of your time?
Oh well, certainly you can.
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
And how would you know that I'm investigating something?
How do you know I'm investigating anything here on the Citadel?
I'm a good journalist, Commander Shepard. Word gets around.
Well, that still doesn't answer the question why my investigation is linked to yours.
How do you know that my investigation is going to uncover anything you need?
You wouldn't be investigating if it weren't big. And if it's big, it's something I'd like to hear about.
I'm still not sold. There are without a doubt a few other people who can dig up some dirt.
You've got to have access to better sources. Why contact me?
I'm using every source I can find, but I think I've got a better shot with you. According to your file, you survived back on Akuz when everyone else in your squad got killed. If anyone can find the worst elements of the Citadel and live to tell about it, it's you.
Well, alright then. If I stumble upon something, I'll let you know.
No promises. But if I find anything relating to your case, I'll inform you.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
Oh, you better make it worth it. I mean, we are putting our life on the line here. One more thing that can easily be missed is this viewpoint here.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
Well, he does have a point.
This isn't a station. It's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
Puts the role of humanity into perspective, doesn't it?
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
Oh, I can't imagine that's the reason.
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
If you expect to get me in a tinfoil miniskirt and thigh-high boots, I want dinner first. Sir.
That will be enough, Chief.
And this got awkward real fast. Let's add a bit to that.
At ease, Lieutenant. I can't see her in a skirt anyway.
Damn straight you can't.
Ready to move out, sir.
Okay, no journal entry, no experience points, just a nice little conversation. Well, depending on how you judge that last bit. But that was all between us and the med clinic, so we can now finally go there and hopefully have a few more words with Garrus.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear!
That was smart, Doc. Now if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or Who are you?
Let her go!
Ah!
Alright, short combat. Nothing too difficult though. We still have the chemical rounds equipped and the thugs go down relatively easy. Using marksman here is actually not necessary, it just speeds the whole thing up a bit. Now for the other two we can blow up the fire containment system. That doesn't kill them straight away but makes the job a lot easier. Then we can basically bypass this guy's cover by going to the left here. And then for the last guy we can engage in melee, knock him over and then deal with him on the floor. Now we can go back, we don't need any additional medi-gel, so let's talk to Garrus.
I think we're good. Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
Nice shot, gives 2 renegade points, but we have enough of those, so let's go for Paragon instead.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
And yes, I'd be interested to know who these guys were.
Why were they threatening you? Who do they work for?
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
What Quarian?
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
And where did she go to trade that information?
Where is she now?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
Well, after our little experience with Saren, I don't think it's too hard to guess what that might be.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Well, then we should make it a priority to find that Quarian.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
And why exactly are you so interested in Saren?
You're a Turian. Why do you want to bring him down?
I couldn't find the proof I needed in my investigation, but I knew what was really going on. Saren is a traitor to the Council and a disgrace to my people.
Fair enough. I see your point.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we heard about him.
Yeah, and he sounds useful.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
Alright, welcome aboard Garrus Vicarian. We'll put him in a squad to replace Ashley. He does share a few skills with Kaidan, but with Ashley we don't really lose anything that Shepard couldn't provide us with anyway. And before we go, let's have a quick chat with Dr. Michelle.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from Fist's thugs, Commander. I don't know what would have happened if you hadn't been there.
Well, we're always happy to help.
I'm just glad you weren't hurt.
Me too. Now, was there anything you needed?
Well, first off, I wanted to learn a bit more about you, Doctor.
You're a doctor? How did you end up here on the Citadel?
My parents brought me here when I was young. My father was a medic with the Alliance. I chose to keep the medical tradition alive, but not the military. Fixing up wounded soldiers isn't my idea of fun.
And right now her supplies are just too expensive for us, so we'll just leave.
I'll be going now.
Goodbye, Commander. Nice talking to you.
Alright, this feels like a good point to make a cut. My favorite character in the Mass Effect series is on board now with Garrus, and I'm pretty sure we can pick up Rex next time. Until then, thanks for watching, cheers.